What's up, YouTube? How are you doing? How are you doing? Good afternoon, morning, evening, night, wherever you live in the world. It's good to have you here, and we're going to cover some price action. So what's up, everyone? How are you doing? I hope you like my entrance in today's stream. Not planned, actually, so I won't do that again. But what's up? How you doing, everyone? Abuzni Sok, you are quick. You are very quick. My day's been, it's been good. It's been busy. So, of course, in the morning, waking up, doing YouTube analysis, making the diamond setups video for the day. Then I had breakfast, gym session, writing on a forum, lunch, which I just had. Now live stream for an hour. That's the plan. So an hour live stream, then wedding chat with my fiance after the live stream. Some of the final bits and pieces that have to be done, a couple of payments that have to be finished as well, because it's in two times basically. You basically pay first for a couple of stuff to make the reservation, and then you pay later the second part. And after that, probably reading a little bit as well. I just finished a book actually yesterday. I finished this book, The Great Rat Race: Escape from Wage Slavery to Wealth, MJ DeMarco. He's my favorite business author. And so I read that book, I finished it, and now I got a new one. So one book I already once read, but I started reading again, was 1 Million Followers by Brendan Kane. But I'm not reading the book from start to finish because I've already done that one once. But what I've done is I want to learn a little bit more about YouTube. I can imagine it sounds a bit crazy because of the growth of the channel, but you got to realize this is something that is happening to me and wasn't necessarily planned for. So it's not always easy to know exactly like, yo, how am I doing stuff? So I'm just reading about like your audience, alliances, partnerships, growth drivers on YouTube as a platform. But the new book that I got is actually this one. I bought this yesterday at a train station from Michael Pilacic, Master Your Mindset, Living a Meaningful Life, a book about mental health and personal success. So yeah, gonna check this one out. It's actually a business related book as well at the same time, which I like because I like self-development books, but I also like the business aspect of this one. I walked into the shop on the train station. I saw the book, checked the book, and I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, sounds good. So yeah, I'm gonna read probably in 1 Million Followers later today, and then I have to do something regarding the members as well. Check subtitles for shorts because I found something online which might be interesting for our Buzni as well, because we're in touch. Then another YouTube video, and tonight chilling with the fiance as well. So hi, in a nutshell, yeah, the day's been good. It's been a productive day so far. So yeah, thanks for asking. Ahmed, sorry, welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome. Nikkei, Anita, how you doing? Mr. Friends, welcome. Mr. Friends, the AI guy. Trading Queen, have a nice Sunday yourself as well. Good to have you here. By the way, the percentage of male versus female viewers on the channel is slowly switching. And we're not talking about tens of percentage, but it was 99. Sorry. It was like 99 to 1%. And now I think it's 95 or something to 5%. So it's nice to see a bit of a balance there as well. Not sure, of course, if you're a queen, if you know what I mean, because I can't see the person on the other side of the screen. But just the name queen made me think of that statistics that the statistic I checked this morning. Wait. Welcome. How are you doing? What are you doing now? Live streaming, of course, at the moment. So good that you're here, Wade. Mugandusi, welcome. B channel, just B channel, what's up? Good to have you here, B channel. A, what's up? Good to have you here. Writing as well. 24 busy. There's always something to do. Minor B and an ABC Wave 2. You are talking, minor is, of course, your degree probably. I don't really know like what time frame you're talking about though, because you could have A, B, C and then move down, or in the bigger structure A, B, and you're already going up in C. But we'll talk about that in a second, because of course in this live stream we're going to do Elliott waves like we always do. Not too much has changed because the probabilities and stuff is still pretty much the same. This is now confirmed, kind of confirmed a three-wave structure to the downside as well, being a corrective shape. So this looks good. We still have some bullish CVD divergences over here as well. Target would be the high just below the previous range point of control at 43.5k. So everything is running smooth. Actually, like probabilities haven't really changed the past 2 days. So yeah. Hope you find it to check. Okay, yeah. What I need to do is send you a video. Now, what I have done, Abuzny Sok, and wrote down is that from Monday, I'm planning the shorts, which then means from Monday, after the morning analysis probably, and after the diamond setups update, I will record a short and send it your way. And then we can start with maybe 1 a day or 3 per week or 4 per week. But at least let's check. So for the ones that don't know, Abuzny Sok editor, and we're gonna like do a little like test period with shorts as well. So let's see what kind of design, what kind of style we like, because of course I like to keep the style of the video close to who I am as a person, also in the shorts, with the way of talking and the scribbling and the painting. But at the same time, Abuzny Sok can make things also clean and neat. So we're gonna find a nice midway there. And yeah, so you can definitely expect some content coming your way, Abuzny Sok. Bettina, what's up? You got the book too. Yeah, it's good books. I can recommend. It's all, I like reading. In the past, not, by the way. I wasn't a reader at all, and when I was young. Only after I read The Millionaire Fastlane from MJ DeMarco a couple of years back, when I read that book based on a recommendation from someone I know, I was hooked. And I never stopped reading. Andreas Satas, welcome. Good to have you here. You're a woman. Look. One of those 5% and increasing as well. It's nice to see the balance shifting. So good to have you here, Trading Queen. Thomas, welcome. Actually, Queen is a man boy physically. Queen, yeah. You're talking about the artist, but Queen is many. Yeah, you know what I mean. Let's not go too far into that. Flotty, what's up? How you doing? Removed? Nothing's removed. Probably. Horst König. I think this is your first message here. I'm not sure, but I think so. Good to have you here. Adrian, welcome. I made it night. Yeah, so I did check Discord, but when I want to reply properly. So the designs you made, Abuzny, are those like, what type of designs, what would it be used for? Is it like, are you looking for a thumbnail, or is it, because it's more like Trackmania style? And it doesn't, of course, necessarily translate the content in the video, but I'm not sure where we could potentially put these. I do like the art of it. I think it's very impressive, the artistic style, the Trackmania style, which is sick. Product of me, welcome, Paul. Good to have you here from Romania. Jeez. Global audience, as always. Okay, let's get things going now. Chris Jorgensen, heads up to anyone watching later. Skip the first 10 minutes of the video. Yeah, what I do nowadays as well, I try to do that right after the video, is to put timestamps in. And also when I'm done with the analysis, I will try to find when we started with the analysis, so I can put it in the pinned comment. The Fox, good to have you here as well. So silent fan. It's always good to have to be a silent fan. Appreciate your message here, Horst König. Okay, let's go. We're gonna go and do Elliott waves on the different time frames, and yeah, then we go into chatting. I'm planning to be online for an hour, so about 50 minutes that I'm still here. Hoppala, park this to the downside, so my new little like horizontals and whatnot are gonna appear at the top. Dido Boruz, welcome. Good to have you here. Love your smile if you see me. Well, I can see your name in chat, so I guess that's something, no? I unfortunately can't see anyone in real life, but maybe one day we're gonna host an event. I do have some ideas because I get questions like, hey, you know, are you gonna maybe do an event sometime so we can like be together with like-minded people and do Elliott Wave stuff? Yeah. Cool, Arbusni. Okay, what's up, Bruno? Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's start. We are gonna cover one more time frame. I didn't do this one in the last few updates. I actually gotta change this to medium time frame nowadays. There we go. I got an alarm. Let's remove the alarm. I don't know why I have the alarm there. 1 second. This is bear, 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 and then we go to bull. Yeah, okay, so those are two different ones. That's perfect. That's no problemo. That's good. Okay, so let's start now. Of course, for the consistent viewers, some stuff that you will see now is unchanged. Probabilities, by the way, locally remain the same as well. But while I explain scenarios, because it's a live stream, I can explain a bit more stuff in detail. So hopefully that helps. Let's see, okay, we good. We are starting at 15, perfect. First 15 minutes chatting, now we go into analysis, and then we go chatting again. Okay, let's start with the bearish scenarios, following up with the bullish scenarios, and then some stuff that is, of course, just good to know before we end with the probabilities. I'll probably talk about the probabilities during the scenarios anyway. So the bearish scenario is that we have a higher time frame, either wave 3 or a wave 5 finished here, and we are looking for a bigger corrective structure to the downside in at least 3 waves, if not an impulse to the downside, which would lead to much lower prices. Now you can see I have an ABC, 1, 2, 3, and a WXY on my chart. Do not feel confused, because the main thing is that inside B2 or X, we are looking for the same structure. This move to the downside here can be counted a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not that nice because wave 4 is quite long compared to your wave 2 here. And your wave 5 is an extended wave. Less common, but it can happen if wave 3 is quite similar to your wave 1. If you take a trend-based fib extension from the high to the low of 1 to then the end of your wave 2, then you can see the 1-to-1 here is pretty close to the low of this move for your wave 3. Another thing that's interesting is your wave 1 on the 4-hour chart is only one candle, which is not ideal with a wave 5 that is so long. But then again, wave 5 here can be extended. The alternative is that you have a 3-wave structure here, which might actually be a little bit higher probabilities in a wave A, B, C, a 3-wave move. By all means, doesn't really matter as the move to the upside remains the same. So we can keep our options open, and the moment we are gonna reject for a B2 or X and start moving to the downside, that is when we observe what happens to the downside and play with the probabilities of these scenarios. Now wave A and the wave 1 are 5-wave structures to the downside, 3-wave up, 5 down. A W is the 3-wave move, W, X, and eventually a wave Y to the downside. Now what is important with this wave Y is this. I must have that scenario somewhere. Yes. With the WXY scenario, little detail here is that if you look for a W here, right, and then an X and a Y, you can have a double zigzag structure as long as you don't hit the 0.7 fib preferably. Zigzag in W, 3-wave corrective structure in X, and then you look for another 3-wave zigzag down in a wave Y. The moment we hit the 07 at 45.9k, probabilities will go down for a zigzag in wave Y, and we have to start looking for flat structures in Y or a triangle in wave Y. So that is a small detail, 45.9k. Now the resistance areas, right? The common target area for it too, 05786, 43.8, 46.8. Common target area for B and X is the 886 to the 05 here, 43.8, 47.9k. Couple of resistance areas that are good to know about. First of all, just above price, the blue box here, 43.9, 44.7, and then a little bit higher, 45.9, 46.7k, which is just below the 786, and would also make you fill the daily gap, but more about that at a later stage. To the downside for support, because you are preferably, we are still looking for a move down. For support, the weekly over here, 41.5k, and we have the blue box here, which is sitting at 39.9k to 40.1k. Okay, we're going to zoom in to this structure. So we're going to zoom in to B2 or X now, right? And then we have this. Now the yellow count is the bullish count. More about that in a second. So I could actually remove it, but it's the same price action, even for an impulse. But with regards to the bearish scenario, we're looking for a wave A, B, and then a wave C to the upside. Wave A finished, looking for a corrective structure in B, before then continuation to the upside in a wave C. So the common target for your wave B is between the 382 and the 886. That of course is a big target area, 41.8, 39.1k, and validation is below the low here at 38.5. But what is interesting here and what is important is that this low is made before the 0.382 fib time taken from the low to the high, which is uncommon as corrective structures tend to finish after the 0.382 fib time. Doesn't mean you need to have another low here, because of course you can have a wave W and then an X and then a Y, right? Commonly though, even wave Y takes the low, but still, time-wise, price doesn't necessarily have to take the low if you only think about time. But this low here also did not touch the 0.382. It just missed out, as you can see here, right? Just missed out on hitting the 0.382 Fibonacci from the low to the high. And that is rare. For a wave B, X, and the wave 2 not hitting the 0.382 is rare. So therefore, preferably, we're still going to make another low in this box. And if we do, it's also going to be another low after the 0.382 fib time, which would be perfect. Now the 1-to-1 here is not a maximum amount of time for B. A wave B can be very long. Even the longer this range is, the higher the probability it becomes a wave B. But also for a wave 2, this is still fine. More about that later. It's just that I like to contain my target boxes in between 2 fib times, so that's why the 1-to-1 is on the chart. If we then look at a structure, 2 structures actually, that can lead to a lower wave B inside this area in the bearish scenario, right? We're going to be looking for a flat. And there's 2 scenarios. This is the more bullish one because you first take the high before a reversal. And if we do take the high, we got to observe the reaction here at the target area of a wave B. I never, and this is my style, maybe other people trade differently, but I never preset orders in target boxes and target areas from an Elliott Wave point of view. The reason I don't want to do it also here is because of the risk of course, continuation. I want to see proof of resistance. I want to see weakness. And then depending on your style, that can mean volume going down, bearish CVD divergences, RSI divergences, candlestick patterns, order flow stuff. Doesn't matter. Because you always have the potential to just go. And I don't want to set a limit order and be stopped out the next 30 seconds. This wave B target area is also in the middle of this daily gap. And we have been grinding this daily gap here for a couple of days now. First rejection, move down, coming back. 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle, 4 candle, 5 candle. Look at the range over here, right? The moment you start closing candles in the daily gap, it does increase the probabilities to fill the gap. And with that in mind, I don't like to set limit orders. If I see weakness, I'm going to decide it at the moment to enter yes or no, you know, depending on my plan, what I see locally and all that good stuff, right? So, but at least I'm aware, and that is what I try to do, of course, with the videos as well, is at least make you aware there is potential continuation because of the gap. So if there's weakness, I get interested. If not, we're going to be happy and look for upside, no? Because that's also very nice. Now with this flat, we are looking for a three-wave structure. Three-wave move in wave A. We want to see a three-wave move in B. 44.3K, 44.6K taken from the high to the low of A, common target area, and then an impulsive wave C to the downside. Preferably very sharp, very scary. To the support areas mentioned earlier. Weekly and this area over here at around 40K. We also actually have a daily gap down here, but not yet too important. The weekly and the box down here are for me more important at the moment. The second scenario that could lead to price moving down has a lower probability. And that's the WXY. Explained in the morning video, morning update as well. It's all probabilities. But at least the context, right? And that's why I like to go from top down, higher time frames to locally. Probabilities are higher, we're still going to see downside. That's important with the risk we take, the setups we take, going long or short, whatever, right? And that depends on your plan as well, because nothing is financial advice, though. So in this scenario, we're looking for a WX and then eventually a wave Y to the downside here. Wave W, ABC. If W is a zigzag, this wave X retraced to the 0.7. Remember what I said at the beginning? Lowers the probabilities that wave Y can be a zigzag. The problem with this wave W, as shortly highlighted in the morning video, is that there is also the potential for this to be a corrective structure, mainly because here price moved up to the 886 Fibonacci taken from the high to the low. You can see the 886 was hit over here. It was wicked into. And the 886 is a rare target for a wave 2, but common for a wave B or a wave X. Meaning, this move to the downside has a higher probability of being a wave C or a wave Y. So therefore, I'm not too confident that this is a 5-wave structure, and therefore I also have the alternative of this being a potential flat, where we are then looking for B here in an A, B, 0.9 Fib is the minimum target for a wave B taken from the high to the low, and then an impulse to the downside in a wave C. Now if that is true, wave Y can be a flat, a zigzag, and a triangle. So something that I keep my eyes open for is wave Y can be any of these three. Zigzag, flat, triangle. And depending on the local structures, we will see what we get in this scenario. But what this scenario will look for is already more downside, preferably below wave W, because again, we did not hit the target area yet. So of course, we prefer to see at least the 382 touched, even also for wave Y. The reason that the probabilities at the moment are a little lower for now is because in this wave X, this first move to the upside, right, has to be, or at least has the highest probability of then being a corrective structure instead of an impulsive structure if you want to count all of this corrective. The moment you count this as a 5-wave impulsive structure, we need a partner leg. So likely you're going to take the high first, right? But in this scenario, you preferably want to see the low taken first. However, counting this as a 3-waver is very awkward. A, B, C. Wave C is very long, 3 times the length of price compared to wave A. And also if we look inside W, A, B, C, and we look at the end of C, we have a diagonal, an expanding diagonal, which is very rare. Besides, it doesn't fit the rules. Wave 1 is longer than 3, but 5 is longer than 3. Wave 3 is not allowed to be the shortest structure, invalidating an expanding diagonal in wave 5 of wave C of wave W. You followed that one? So yeah, that's an important detail over here. Increasing the probabilities that what we have going on here is an impulsive structure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and then eventually, or a longer 4 here, and then a final leg up for a wave 5, creating an impulse. And that's what's giving more probabilities to a flat continuation up, where then we have to observe, if we do get the move, observe how far it goes. Very nice. The bullish scenario. Just to make sure, this is 0.0, everyone. Not alcohol. Okay. Let's go through the bullish Elliott Wave scenarios. The first thing that you will see with the bullish scenario is that it looks a lot like the bearish scenario on pretty much all the time frames. And the reason is that in the bullish scenario, we are also looking for the same style, the same wave structure. But here, we're looking for a wave 3 up continuation. In the bearish scenario, we're looking for a wave C and a move down. But the general structure remains the same, which is nice from an Elliott Wave point of view. So also therefore the probabilities on this time frame, the 4-hour time frame, are higher to first move up compared to moving down. As the probabilities are higher, this is an impulsive structure in a wave A or a wave 1, either or. We'll find out once we get the move to the upside, no? The reason this is a higher probability impulsive structure is because the ranges here are incredibly shallow and none of these hit the 382. Well, this one did if you take a fib from the low to the high. So that's something. But it's a higher probability for being a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. This range, if you take a fib from this low to the high here, didn't hit the 382. If you take it to here, didn't hit the 382. And the 382 is a minimum target for a wave B or a wave X if we're looking for a 3-wave move up. So therefore the probabilities aren't great for this to be a 3-waver. I mean, unless this is an A, B, and a very long C. But yeah, it's just lower probabilities. So and we showed a higher probability stuff here. So generally, this is what we're looking for, right? Another continuation to the upside, another leg. Now, wave 1, in this case, is in. And we are then looking for wave 2. Common target for your 2 is the area in blue. 41.1k, 39.6k. 382, less common, not even touched. Not touching the 382 for a wave 2 is very rare. 886 is a rare target for wave 2. Invalidation is the low. If we then zoom in, right, to this structure, I think it's the same. Oh no, that's the most bullish. Actually, it's an alternative count. This is 1, still waiting for 2. And this is a count where 2 is already in. The problem in this scenario, though, is, as mentioned earlier, wave 2, or B, but let's remove this, did not hit the 0.382 and is made before the 0.382 fib time as well. So for both a wave B as well as a 2, it's just less likely. This is the end of the corrective structure and also the low because it didn't hit the 382. So that is something to think about. If price does move without taking the 0.382, at least coming back down again, probabilities would be higher for it to be a wave B or a wave, a wave C or a wave Y, because not hitting the 382 is very rare for a wave 2. It just doesn't happen very often. It's more B or X style. Okay, let's zoom in. But we do have to take it into account. I quickly, some things go in. I got to structure this. So if we look for a deeper wave 2, then we are still looking for either the flat or the WXY. It's the same stuff as I just explained. If we want to look for a deeper wave 2 here, right, we are looking for a flat or a WXY, with the flat having the higher probabilities at the moment. If your wave 2 or B is already in and we're looking for a move up in a wave C or a wave 3, then locally we are of course looking for an impulsive structure. 1, 2, continuation to the upside. Common target area for 2, 05786, 42.6k, 42.1k, 886. Rare target 05 is already hit. Price doesn't have to go back to the 05. It's already hit the target area. You don't need to end a corrective structure below the first low it makes in a potential WXY structure, right? Time-wise, we're still good. The moment you go to the 4 fib time and we are still ranging here, and the probabilities are higher for wave 2 to not yet be finished, then there's going to be an issue with with this scenario, right? Now, mini, very, very locally here, right? 1A, 2B, we look for a move towards the upside. This is a sub-degree count, right? We are now zooming into this wide wave 2. So we go to the lower time frames here. Typical weekend range. No, typical weekend range, just going sideways over here. Pretty much what we expected as well on Friday, right? Weekend is coming, expect a range. It's just typical weekend stuff. So 1 or A finished in this case. 5-wave structure has a higher probability, right, than a corrective W. And then we are looking for a range. WXY, ABC, it doesn't even really matter because it's just ranging price action. And the probabilities remain higher to first take the low compared to the high here. Of course, price can take this low, that's no problem. It has to be said that taking this low here wouldn't be great because there's not too much support to the downside. Price here bounced on a daily perfectly, right? We were live even on YouTube when this happened, so that was nice. But we have a daily here, and just below, yeah, okay, we have a golden pocket, bit of a gap here as well, and then a daily naked point of control all the way down here. But that is quite deep as a support level. So if price does move down and takes this low, I'm going to be very cautious and observe the reaction that we have over here. Daily gap, already spoke about it. The range that we're in on the 4 hour. This has been such a crazy range, no? Very nice. We didn't yet hit the value area high. We are just ranging on top of the point of control, important level of course, in this range, sitting at 42.6k. Support area of the range, resistance area of the range. Support area is between 40.9k to 40.1k, resistance 44.2k to 44.7k, which is nice because it's in confluence with the target box, and it's nice because it's in confluence with the resistance area for your wave B as well, in a potential flat structure. So far, of course, we don't necessarily see a lot of strength yet. We have a bit of a move up, but yeah, remaining patient. No? We have bullish CVD divergences. I clicked on a button, went to Ethereum. Lol. So we have bullish CVD divergences here, locally. Target would be the high, and then also zooming out over here, target would still be the same. I prefer to look at more local CVD divergences. Over here though, let's have a look. We just tested this 15-minute gap here, wicked into it, and no divergences at the moment with the low. Arguably, of course, yeah, on blue with this, but preferably, of course, we have divergences with a low. So remaining patient here. We wick the low. And if we really want to see a reversal, we preferably want to see an impulsive structure, not a corrective structure. So let's have a quick look then. Would be quite high for a wave B. Almost hit the almost hit the 618, not yet. So yeah, let's continue to observe what happens here. When I opened the live stream, I had this volume profile on the chart as well. Always interesting. Resistance at the point of control. If we are looking for this to be the low and an impulsive move to the upside, we are either looking for 1-2-1-2 continuation. Potentially a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that a possibility? No, not a diagonal. So that leaves a double 1, 2, because this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlap with 1, not preferred. So the only way is a double 1, 2. And then you invalidate bullishness if you take this low here. Then probabilities are higher to take the low. And if you take this low, probabilities are higher to take the next low. And taking the next low, we got to be very aware of potential support, the yes, the no. So from an Elliott Wave trading point of view, you know, like it's weekend. I just let the weekend do its thing, right? We know the probabilities, but I am definitely not in a hurry for any action here in this area. Happy to be patient and see other signs of strength. We got some potential bullish CVD, you know, flip the point of control would already be something. Just relax. Oh yeah. That is what we're looking for on all of the time frames from an Elliott Wave point of view. So just to summarize the probabilities then, right? On the 4-hour time frame, we are looking for the same structure. In the bearish scenario, where we look for more downside, same structure being what's in B2 or X, a 3-way V move, right? Same in the bullish scenario, we're looking for the same thing. This is what we're then looking for in more detail. Still more or lower prices in a B or 2, preferably. Where currently the highest probability scenario locally would be a flat structure, unless we really start to see some good weakness here. That starts by taking this low, because the moment you take the low, things become a little bit more dangerous, I suppose. We have to observe the reaction. There's of course some support here still, but I would be very patient to enter potential longs here. Really want to see strength. Because this scenario is the highest probability scenario, you know, another reason why it's not interesting for me to do anything here is because if this is your target and this is your invalidation, it's a 1-to-1, you know. I'm not interested. So, yeah. Alternative, WXY, right? So we have it in mind. We know what to look for. But at the moment, still lower probabilities unless we get information that supports this scenario more locally, because this move up doesn't really support that scenario. Yeah, and this is just highest probability for a weekend sideways range, where the probabilities are higher. This move to the upside is a wave 1 or A, increasing probabilities to take the high first before the low. Yeah, and if we do go up, we are aware of potential continuation with the gap, so we want to see signs of weakness before thinking about any shorts to the downside from an Elliott Wave point of view. Ta-da! And when we're, while we finished just now, B channel. What's up, B channel, man? B channel is a gold member now for, what is it, B channel, like a month or something? Yo, B channel, thanks for the gifts, man. Thanks for the 5 gifted subs. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you. Yeah, 1 month. Look at you go. Thanks for the gifts, man. And Time Alone, Jan Hartle, Atlantean Angel, 100x Leverage, and Polar Bearman send me an email to kunztrading@outlook.com because I'm pretty sure you've been gifted a bronze membership, but I will bump you up to silver. But then I need to have your Discord username, Telegram username, and your YouTube username so I can get you sorted. So if you want to get in silver, which is the short-term updates, like between the videos and early in the morning and stuff, send me an email and I'll get you sorted. And you thank this to B Channel. So you can thank Mr. or Mrs. who knows, but you can thank B Channel here. B Channel, thanks for the gifts, man. That's very, very kind of you. Really appreciate that. What a support of the beginning of this year. I've been analyzing for a long time, but I was able to improve my trading analysis enormously thanks to you. The community is nice too. Thank you, Kunz. Look at you go. Love to hear it. And you've been using the CVD very effectively now. Makes me happy, man. That's so cool. I'm gonna make a screenshot. I like the memories, the memes. That's so kind of you, man. That's really cool. Wait, I actually better just send it to myself on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is like memory lane. Where is my... Gotta find myself. There we go. Done. Yeah, it's really cool, B Channel. That's very nice to hear. And of course, I know you're always there doing the gold feedback and Q&A live streams as well. So very kind of you to share your membership thoughts with a couple of other members here. So okay. Now, I just skimmed the chat here because, of course, we were... Where were we? This is where we were. Bearish scenario. The multi-bits are nothing but macro time Elliott waves. Yes, but in the end, I guess everyone has their own way of analyzing the chart. So someone might not be experienced in Elliott waves, but they will use the cycles, for example, or maybe Wyckoff or harmonics to get to the same result. So it's not like the one is better than the other. It's just a different style of analysis. And of course, the style we have here is Elliott waves. Yeah, so we might get to the same conclusion. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Kenny, welcome. Mr. C, by the way, everyone jumping in, of course. But Bit Phantom, how you doing? Dimith, 7.5k subs, yes. I think we passed it yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, which is insane because we flipped the year with 5.8k subscribers, 5,841. I checked it earlier today in the morning. And we ended January, I don't know, 7,435 or something, I believe it was. Yeah, now we're here. What the hell? It's crazy, guys. Thanks for the support. It's pretty insane. Ram Jack, welcome. Mark Dutch might know Ram as well. Thanks, Malone, for motivating everyone. It's Sunday afternoon for Koen as well. That is correct. And it's been a good Sunday. Band-Aid, what's up? How are you doing? Maybe a Band-Aid. Welcome. Hola, hola. Amul, welcome. Sunil, thank you. To the guys that get gifted, right? Time Alone, Jan, Atlantean Angel, 100x Leverage, Polar Bearman, send me an email, koenstrading@outlook.com, and I'll bump you up to silver. I'll get you sorted. No. Unfortunately, you didn't get gifted. Potential textbook inverse head and shoulders on the 4 hour. Let me have a look here. Okay, so on the 4 hour, which normally means that the reversal is off the table and downside is more likely. There's a potential double top on the daily. Inverse head and shoulder. That the reversal is off the table and the downside is... But that would fit with the... So Rob, that's correct. So with the Elliott Wave scenarios, the results would be the same. So I don't know exactly what the reverse head and shoulders is. It's probably this, and I don't... What's the reverse head and shoulders? Is it... Are people looking at this? Is this what they're looking for at the moment? Because then this shoulder is very, very short in time, right? This one then? 4 hour? I mean, the head has to be the lowest, so it's quite interesting. But if you are looking for, right, something like no, then you could have chuck, 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 head and shoulders, neckline, break the head and shoulders, and then move down in the bearish scenario. So the result in that case would be the same as what you just mentioned. Yes. Wait, I need to pin my comment. I forgot. Well, yeah. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Good to have you here. Welcome. You've been learning some stuff today, right? I saw your DM. I still have to reply though. I just skimmed it when I went live on YouTube. I saw the message. Pradeep Sharma, what's up? How you doing? George, can I say, is it George as in almost like a G, or is it Jorge? It's an interesting name. Almost 50% like this content so far. The other 50% still waiting for the chest hair. Hopefully, no comment. Still 50% that's a big percentage. No, do you know DNS strategy? No, I don't. Marketing, yeah, Mark knows. He knows what's up. Mark is like the cheerleader. I said it last time. He's like the cheerleader of the channel. he's motivating everyone, and he's also a connector. This guy, like he knows. Mark, you are moderator of 5 or 6 channels, maybe even more, right? George. Cork. Wait, Cork? Cork. Oh, I did not see that one coming. Cork. I should remember that next time that you're in the chat. What's up, Cork? People are going to think like, yo, mate, why are you saying Cork? His name clearly is George or George. But we know now. Hi from Tokyo. Jeez. Oiza Katzler. Oiza, welcome. From Tokyo. Yeah, that's still on the bucket list. My dad was there last year, I believe, for a few days in Tokyo, and he has like this big camera, right? Like very professional stuff. His whole backpack, and he took it with him to make pictures in Tokyo. How leading is CVD? What do you mean with the question, Demuth? Are you talking about the probabilities of CVD being leading in certain scenarios, or could it be leading now? CVD can be used with open interest as well. The one thing I don't really like here, like we got to take this high before this low. That would be something. If we take the low here, probabilities are higher to go down. At least take the low here and then maybe the low there. And in that case, yes, CVD would be leading. Let's see, what's the bounce that we have? 786. Didn't touch the 886. FD Gamer, what's up? Mark Dutch speaking Japanese here. I will short position 42820. Can I recover loss? 42820, that's here. Depends on your plan. Look, I know this answer is always very annoying to people that are in a difficult situation, depending on the loss that you're in at the moment, by the way. If you trade with risk management and you have a solid plan and a solid strategy, this loss should be just one of the losses in your strategy. You won't have a 100% win rate. So if it's a 50% win rate with a 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio, you're going to be insanely profitable, but you're going to lose 50% of the trades. It's just that your risk management is good. Now the question is this loss part of your win rate, part of the risk management? Can the loss be recovered? Well, in your case, of course, you want this low to be taken first, preferably before the high. Can it be recovered? Of course, but you can also, there's many things you can do, no? But this depends on your plan and your strat, because I'm not a financial advisor, so I won't be able to advise you on what to do with your existing position. The only thing that I can, bless you, the only thing that I can recommend to you for future positions is to make a plan. Are you ready, chat? You know what's coming now? We're going to talk shortly about the 6 steps you need to go through to build a plan. Number 1, try as many free tools as you can. Start on TradingView, then you can go to Atas or other stuff, but start with free tools. Start with the stuff here and on the side. Start with indicators. Start there. Test as much free stuff as you want. Step 2, find your favorite tools. Based on testing, you start to get a feeling for certain tools, and you get attached to certain tools. Those are your favorites. Find your favorites. Build statistics on your favorite tools. 3, combine your favorite tools that had good statistics. So now you have a combination, which can be anything, VWAP plus the Fibonacci plus RSI, and build statistics on the combination. Step 4 is you tweak and adjust this combination. Take something out, put something in, try to increase the win rate or the risk reward ratio, either or, right? Or at least also you can have less less losses is also increased win rate. But anyway, you know what I mean. Tweaking, adjusting, build more statistics. Step 5, start trading your strategy, and you have entry rules based on your statistics. So you have entry requirements. If I see this, this, and this, I enter. So with my example, if I see this on the RSI, if this Fibonacci level is hit, and if the VWAP does this, I enter. Based on your data, you know where to put your stop loss. Because you know, if I put my stop at 0.25%, 0.5%, below that low, at 1%, at 2%, you know how often you get stopped out. You know what your risk to reward ratio is going to be and how often it is hit and what is most profitable, because you track data. So 5 is start trading it with a low budget. You got to become confident and you got to work on your trading psychology. So low budget trading, work on your head. Step 6 is then up your budget. So increase your budget with money you have, right? Not what you can't lose, only money you can lose, but slowly up your budget, where now you're gonna focus on the losses. You want to learn to lose more, because if you up your budget, yes, you're gonna win more if you win, and everyone gets used to winning more. But losing more is what's gonna mess with your psychology that you trained in step 5. So hopefully you're prepared. So in step 6, you're gonna up your budget slowly to get used to the bigger losses, and then your confidence continues. These are the 6 steps you should follow to build a plan. Where do you think most people quit? Step 2. And they are not even close to building a plan or a strategy to be long-term profitable. So there you go. That would be my my answer. In Discord. Did you tag me somewhere? Make sure to tag me if you post it in Discord, because quite often names are different. Like your name here might be Rob, but in Discord you might be someone else, but I don't know. Holy moly, John, are you cooking or what? Let me, John, can I open these scenarios on stream in a second? He's here probably, no? I replied to you to a comment you made in Discord, but I don't have any. Can you write at Koens? At Koens Trading? Then I'll make sure to. Yeah, make sure to tag me. I can, because it's not in Bitcoin TA. I can't find the head and shoulders in Bitcoin TA here. 1 second. Where were we? Do we have CVD now on the lower time frame? Yes, you have a bit of bullish CVD here between the small little range and the higher low that's currently created. Target would be the high here. Invalidation is taking the low here. George is Spanish pronounced, so the J is pronounced as a G. Yeah, that's what I thought, but he wrote cork. No? Bitcoin pump and dump, please tell. It's all probabilities, and you can go to 15 minutes where I analyzed the chart, and you can skim through if you want to know more. But pump and dump might be quite accurate if the flat plays out, though. Yeah, you're gonna move to the upside, reach the flat target, and then you're gonna dump to the downside. Yeah, it's a possibility. So funny enough, it might actually be true. Hamza, hey from Amam Jordan, what's up? You think 31 and 32K is still valid? I mean, still valid. We never really spoke about 31, 32K. Only on the higher time frame stuff we mentioned it, but that can take months. Depending on how high this move goes, let me show you. Lol. So depending for our chart, if we are looking for the bearish scenario, no? Depending on the height of this move of B2X, you could go to 31, 32, or you're going to end up higher. So you don't really know. Of course, if you go for a wave 1, 2, and a wave 3, then yeah, you're going to blast through. You're going to go to much lower levels. But if you're looking corrective in a WXY or an ABC, it matters where X is ending, or wave B. And the higher B or X is, the lower the probability to visit 31, 32. And the higher probability, you're going to end at higher levels. Now to the downside, we bounced on my support box here. It was beautiful, no? Found a way to the upside. Just below, we have this yellow box here, 36.9, 37.7. That's important support. Then here, very small, 36.3, 36.5. Few levels that are important and very condensed, close to one another. If you lose 36, 34 is pretty much next. So yeah, then it can go quite quickly. But it very much depends on, first of all, how high is this move going? Because the higher the move goes, right? The lower the probabilities you go that low, because for a wave C or a wave Y, you take a trend-based fib from the high to the low to wherever the high is going to be. Let's start with wave Y. Your common target area for a wave Y is the 618 to the 1.236. Now, if price is moving to the resistance area here, 46K to 46.7, right? You can see the target area, the 1.236 is at 33.6K, not at 31. So you in that case, if you end at 45.1K, then your lowest target would be 32. So you're just about there. So yeah, the higher you go, the lower the probabilities to reach those levels, unless you get a wave 3. Plop. Wait, I automatically went down. Quick click. Please come to visit Tokyo. It's snowing here. Ah, you took the Dutch weather. We had a little bit of snow, but Tokyo when it's snowing. What's the better season, Oisa? Is it winter? Is it summer? What's spring? Apparently, I heard spring is very nice in Tokyo. So probably that's the preferred season. Throw some satoshis. Where should we put the next trade? That depends on your plan and your strategy. I explained the 6 steps to find your plan just now. Both G and J are like a hard J, like jalapeno. So George, George. Cool, the micro move of this low on Binance chart is 5 waves, not 3. Yeah, but then I don't like the fact that on my chart it took the low. So on my chart you can't count this as a 5-wave structure. I can only count this as a 3-waver, which lowers the probabilities for me to be an impulse. Besides, if Binance did not take the low here, then it must be an 886 touch, which of course is rare for a wave 2, more common for a B. Increasing probabilities, the move up is actually corrective. So that's quite interesting. But yeah, for me on the 5 minutes, it's currently a 3-wave structure, and the only thing that can work is a double 1-2 or a diagonal, as long as you don't take the low. If you take this low, probabilities will increase to take the next, and potentially then the next as well. And then things, of course, start to get interesting because we don't have too much support to the downside. Now, I clearly mentioned earlier here, right? I'm not interested in this stuff. Weekend price section, let it go. Just whatever, see what happens. But we have our probabilities and we are prepared. And that is important, of course. Now, from the high, we can't really count any impulsive structures to the downside as well. So this was a 382 touch here from the high to the low. Purple line, that's the 382, got touched. Rare for 2, common for B or X. So arguably, of course, we have maybe WXY double zigzag potential, or wave A, B, C, right? That would mean there is still diagonal potential to the downside as well for then a bigger wave Y in a wave 1, 2, 3, right? Let me actually put this on the chart a bit better. So, but in the end, the probabilities are mentioned, and yeah, we just wait for price to do its thing. Patience, probably one of the best skills in trading. No? Do you think there might be a major move to either side today? It's Sunday, so usually the weekend is very calm. However, Monday night, at least from a Central European standpoint, it's night. When Asia opens, the first few hours of Asia after a weekend can be very volatile. Definitely won't be the first time that happens. And the beginning of the weeks in general can be quite, the first few days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is quite commonly where bigger moves can happen. And then towards the end of the week, weekend is approaching, we start to range again. So yeah, something to keep in mind. You quit weekend and get the itch on Monday again. Do you make a living from trading? I could, but I also like to do other stuff. So the beautiful thing is that a full-time trader, for me, would be the wrong word. Consistently profitable, long-term, right? That should be your goal. Full-time would be a time element. So the answer is yes, but I have structured my personal trading strategy in such a way that I don't have to be in front of the chart all the time. I can do many other things, and therefore I can also do other related things. I'm a global keynote speaker as well. Besides the trader, I'm also a global keynote speaker, right, for many years already. I have the YouTube channel, of course, which takes a lot of time as well. And then, yes, answer your questions, absolutely. But the nice thing about the strategy is that it's not related to time. So, and I usually people ask, do you trade full time? This question is different, but then the answer would be yes. Absolutely. But I also do other stuff that I like to do because my strategy allows me to. I replied to a comment. Oh yeah, so this was the comment bit. You can't post links. Wait, where you posted it in the lounge, but oh, is it this? This would not be a inverse head and shoulders that I don't know that I would be looking for. But it's, I mean, it can be valid, yes, but yeah. With traditional patterns, so of course a head and shoulders is a BC1. A head and shoulders can be a 451 or a 45A. This is from an Elliott Wave point of view. Of course, generally traditional patterns are quite sensitive to fake outs, but it would be nice to eventually take the trend line and then reverse. That's what happens in the bearish scenario, though. You wrote it in the lounge, you said earlier. I replied to a comment you made in Discord. I'm so clueless. I don't know. I can't find, but I guess Liquid Mafia shared it. Okay, please check BGB. No, we focus on Bitcoin here. Lounge. Are you talking about Twitter or a Twitter? Telegram. Oh, do you mean Telegram? I'm like looking in Discord, mate. Wait, is this Telegram? No. Are you Robert? Rob Samut, Robert? But this is not a head and shoulders. This, oh yeah, it is. Wait, I'm going to open this. Can I open this somehow? One second here, everyone. Okay, so one thing I know. Oh, by the way, holy shit. You, sir, have a very, very good computer. Where's my screenshot? I'm trying to take a screenshot here. I hate this, man. Why can't I just I can copy it, but then what? I need to paste it to myself on WhatsApp or something. Okay, so sharing stuff on Telegram and putting it on stream is definitely not preferred, because I can't just open it in browser. I really have to go all the way through this and then this. First of all, your computer must be ridiculous, because holy shit. That's many tabs, sir. Like you must have a beast of a PC to run everything like this and still be very quick. Your Google Chrome is gonna have most of your processor power, I can imagine. But it's so I shared my thoughts about the head and shoulders, and then your D, but then a move down. So you then want to see a reversal. So the head and shoulders, you take the neckline and then you move down pretty much. Oh, no. SPC. I don't go today will be there, tomorrow will be more difficult, and the day after tomorrow is beautiful. Most people evening without Elliott Wave theory knowledge. Yes. No one can know everything. As long as people use what they prefer, we good, right? And everyone can be happy, and also potentially in that case die happy, but that's a bit extreme. But Vinay G, appreciate you popping in, and at least hopefully yourself learning Elliott Waves. I'm short on Bitcoin from 42875. Another one. Yeah, I just explained what to do, because you need to build a strategy or a plan. Unfortunately, no one here can give you any advice. But the only advice I can give is you need to build a plan and a strategy based on data. So I mentioned it earlier in the stream. I think about 15 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. I never had problems counting on Coinbase though, so it's still an 886 touch, and the low has been taken on my chart here. So yeah, I'm not a fan of a 5-waver here at the moment. So the answer that I already answered that, because it went out testing the old support, also because it should happen before each halving. Yeah. So so the word should be removed, because of course there's no certainties in trading. This year might be different. We still of course expect lower prices based on probabilities, right? Depending on how high the move goes in the 40s. And then the question is, what happens if price comes down? C, 3, or Y? Before potential continuation up, right? So 31, 32K, as mentioned, is quite low at the moment. And we don't yet have a confirmed high in for going down to 31, 32. There's a bearish bet harmonic as well. Oh yeah, that was the same screenshot, right? Just subscribe to your channel, want to learn. How can I connect with you? There's a Discord in the description, Discord link, Telegram link. Discord is most active. That's where most of the stuff happens. If you want to learn Elliott Waves, there's also 2 sources in the description. Those are just free websites, free sources. So you can check those out as well. The Elliott Wave book is linked there as well. That's an affiliate link, as you know. And if you want to learn more from me specifically, then the gold course, the gold membership, which is basically an Elliott Wave course, that's the place to be, which is easily doable in a month if you at least have a little bit of time during the week. So yeah. Broncos. Wait, where's Broncos? Oh, here. What's up, Broncos? Buenos dias, gracias. Holy moly, I almost missed him. I'm answering your questions, and I will immediately get your ass out of here. First of all, how many years? 3. Lost your whole capital? Make a plan. And we'll never do this again. This is what pisses me off, right? I'll get to your message. You better be patient, because, you know, this is just like a little kid screaming for candy. You just like, whatever, you know, you just be quiet. So up 24 hours by. Not my, you know, I do not do this, guys. This is an absolute waste of energy. I take my time to answer everyone. If you want me to answer your question, patience involved. I'm trying to go through it as fast as I can, answering all the questions. This type of stuff, I don't care if you're in a losing position, if you're emotional and whatnot. It's this is your problem. So there you go. Yeah. At least I gave him a tip on the way out, so that's something. Hopefully he's going to make use of that though. PVT Pete, what's up? How are you doing? Is Bitcoin going to be bullish? Probabilities are higher at the moment to first take the highs before going for further lows. But in this range at the moment, we are just remaining patient because it's weekend price action, right? Yeah, we have some bullish CVDs. Want to see some local strength as well. Which is a bit of a thing here. We have some small bullish CVD, but preferably we don't take the lows at 42.8 here before taking the highs at least one more time, because that would increase probabilities to go down. So at the moment, and also from an Elliott Wave trading perspective, it's definitely not too interesting here. No financial advice, but from an Elliott Wave point of view, in a scenario for a flat ABC, your stop loss should be here. And your risk to reward ratio, if you look for a flat in a bigger A, B, C, is of course shit, because that's your target. So it's a 1-to-1, unless price continues, but that's currently not the highest probability. It just continues to much higher levels. So probability-wise, this range, it's a beautiful weekend range, but from an Elliott Wave point of view, at the moment, it's not too interesting. When we had a 3-wave move to the downside here, and we hit the key level, remember, during the live stream? Yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting position, right? Stop loss below, potential entry, looking for a move up. But we didn't get the continuation. Eventually, we come down, we start ranging. Makes much more sense to then get out at break even, maybe a little bit of profit, and just let it go and wait for price to show what it wants to do. And now we are ranging very high. Like, this is your move up, and we are ranging pretty much just below the highs. So yeah, it works very well to it's very nice weekend price action. Just be patient and let price do its thing, really. I9 12 gen. Good job, Rob. 12 gen. I wonder what your graphics card is, your motherboard, sorry, as well. 12 gen. Good stuff. The PC only does what you want. Yeah, that is true. Looks like an inverted head and shoulders. We spoke about that one, yeah. It would be nice to take the neckline before then moving down. Then Albert Hoffman, I know, right? Market bearish or bullish for long time chart. You got to define the time frame, Mahir. On the 4-hour chart, short term, so 4-hour chart, short term bullish. Currently highest probability to still go down below 39k once more, so arguably then bearish. On the 1-hour chart, higher probabilities to move up first before a move down in the flat. So yeah, don't short a bull market. There's great opportunities, but you need a plan. You can definitely short, but if you don't have a plan, then it's best to stick with the trend. Yeah, until the trend changes. That's where you want to switch. But this is where a plan, strategy, probabilities comes in. I short 43k. Is it good? If it's according to your plan, it's very well done. If it's not according to your plan, it's a very bad trade. If you win a trade, but it was outside of your plan or strategy that you have developed based on data, it's a very bad trade, because you just got yourself a wrong habit. Even though it's a win, it's still wrong. It's still not good trading. So yeah, short from 43k, is it good or not good? Depends. If it's part of your plan, it's great. If it's not part of your plan, it's not good. What are these questions? Is Bitcoin going to be bullish? It's all probabilities. Probabilities would be higher for a move up, but that depends on local price action. So it's all probabilities. What the hell? What are the questions? Yeah, well, I want only to spot mark without touching TA. What's up, Radev? And it's a pleasure, and you got yourself a good plan, right? DCA, and know where your areas of interest are and where your targets are. That's the way to go. That's the way to do it. You got yourself a plan. That's what's most important. Sometimes chat is not working. Yeah, depends on some of the words you may use. So some words are not allowed in chat, also based on what YouTube thinks, but also because I ban words that scammers tend to use a lot. So like the word signal, for example, gets you, like, it doesn't get you banned, by the way, but it just won't show your message. I want candy too, yeah. I'm not like, okay, I answered this question about 5 times in the past, like 5 minutes. Even refreshing, I open a live stream in a new tab and then it's working. Sometimes the chat is not working and then, so you actually mean not working at all. That's interesting. Must be a browser or a YouTube thing maybe. Pleasure, Oiza. I'm confused, only Koen's chat is like this. Yeah, I don't know. Mine works. I don't know. I have Google Chrome. Oh, this is the point of control. Yes. Wait, did I miss? What is the red line? Yeah, that's the point of control of this range here, this bit, which we touched with my nice cam wick on Coinbase. But we actually didn't hit it with the candle after. So I just have it on the chart still. On 4-hour time frame, have we broken the ascending wedge? Yes, if you call it an ascending wedge, then that would be correct. In Elliott wave terms, this would be the higher probability. It would be a higher probability for a wave A or a wave 1. And then we're looking for a B or 2 before a C or 3 continuation. Kom maar met die zak, Mark. Want het is bijna carnaval. De zak van wat? Sinterklaas? What I was saying is that the inversion has been negated and replaced by a double top on the daily. This further supports harmonic, which is in confluence with Elliott waves. Yes. And that is nice. That's where different strategies can eventually merge into a certain price direction. That's, of course, what you prefer to see. Warner Kept, what's up? Santos Science, of course. Welcome. No problem, no problem. I know you. Based on signal, Coinbase weekend will get taken. It's just a matter of when. 43.7. Okay. Yeah. That's also correct. What is your view for Ethereum 15-minute time frame? I don't know on the 15 minutes because with ETH and all the alts, I usually only stick around on the higher time frame stuff. And we mainly focus on Bitcoin. All I know is Ethereum hit 2600, which was, as expected, great resistance because of the point of control, high time frame point of control there. So it's more than normal to get a retracement to the downside there. Yeah. I have two positions, hit stop loss, total loss $50, but I found that my wallet decreased by 150 on Bybit. Do you know why? Abdul Karim Abu Naji, what was your leverage? And what's your leverage? Stop loss, total loss is $50, but I found that my wallet decreased by 150. I mean that, yeah, 100. Was it a quick move? Can it be slippage? How far away was your stop loss in percentage? Not in dollar terms, but how far was your stop loss away in percentage from your entry? Just so I know, like, what a wick can do with regards to slippage. So was your stop loss very close to your entry, or was it further away from your entry? Because if it's further, for the people, if your stop loss is further away and you have 100x leverage, the moment it gets hit and you get some slippage, of course, the percentage slippage you get is going to be smaller because your stop loss has a bigger percentage, right? If your stop loss is very close to your entry, and you trade 100x, then a little bit of slippage will create a very big loss. If your slippage is the same size as your stop loss, you lost twice as much as planned. And what John says as well is of course that it's something for the support to ask. I don't trade on Bybit. I personally trade on BingX already for a very long time, and enjoy it there. Yeah, you can always, if you want, you can always check out BingX or other platforms and try that stuff. Yeah. For me, BingX is and that's also why they are a partner on the channel. I was already trading on BingX before YouTube, and then we did a test in Discord with different platforms, and BingX was most traded, and most voted for. So that's why it is the remaining partner on this channel for, I don't know, half a year now or something. So 5 months, half a year. So yeah, and if you want to check it out, you can of course either Google, just look for BingX, or I have affiliate links in the description if you want to support the channel. If you don't want to support, you can also just Google. So what I remember is that it was around only $20 on BTC like entry. Let's see, let me have a look, because that is a very, very close stop loss and that's the problem. So the problem is your stop here. So this is educational, so that's why I want to cover it. So let me explain what the problem is when you trade. So imagine, I don't know, of course I have no idea if it's a long or a short or whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. What is important here is that if this is your entry, this is your stop, and you look for a scalp to the upside, right? How much percentage is this? So yeah, 0.05. So the moment price moves to the downside. Now imagine your stop was here. I should have used this as an example. Imagine this is your stop, and you get a quick candle to the downside. Now this is 0.5%, 100x, right? In your example. The moment price goes through your stop quick, where is my why I don't have that thing. So at the moment it goes through your stop loss very quick because of the impulsivity, and you only lose another, or price goes down another $20, and this is your slippage, you just lost double your risk. And that is for scalpers, right? If you're an experienced scalper, you probably take this into account with the size you have, because you want to get in and out quick. So if your size is too big, you're going to have a problem with slippage sometimes, right? So probably sizes are not going to exceed certain numbers, which isn't a problem if you're day trading on higher time frames, right? But it is on the lower time frames. So yeah. And the moment you have an even bigger move, instead of 0.5% slippage, which is twice your stop loss, meaning a double loss, you might go to 0.01. Just remember, 0.01 is still it's still a relatively small move, and sometimes if a move is very quick, that might be a slippage, which then increases. You just lost triple the initial risk you were looking for. The expenses are, and not to forget that you also pay the fees, and you have 100x leverage, so you will have higher fees. No, I don't EVN. So I actually think that in the Netherlands, Binance was removed or something. But yeah, everyone has a different opinion. Many people trade Bybit, many trade BingX, many trade Binance, many trade, I don't know, what else is there? I know that Randlewa in Discord, he likes to trade on WooX. Yeah, there's many platforms. But I can only recommend what I use. I will not recommend stuff I don't use myself, because I have experience with what I use, and yeah, and I have done extensive research as well with the platform. So any platform really, also the ones I used in the past. Yeah. MDMA. Doe me denken aan dat liedje van, hoe heet die rapperkerel? Met die chick die tegen de paal aan danst in die videoclip. Jeez. Dat is lang geleden. You can pay an extra fee for guaranteed stops, but in the end those fees only fatten the exchange wallet. Yeah. It's more like, it's more about risk management. Lil Kleine, ja klopt, ja. Leeftijdsmaar getal, ja toch. Make sure to keep an eye on the English language guys, right? So everyone can follow what's happening here. Even though you are English. Dutch. I trade on MEXC after they banned me from Bybit. Wow, why did they even ban you? Yeah, MEXC is also another option. Don't fall for the trick, by the way, which was so obvious, that their fees are back to normal. It was a smart marketing strategy, but the fees of MEXC were very, very low, right? 0% taker, 0.01% maker or something. But sooner or later, it goes up, and that's what they did recently with the fees. The fees are now normal. They only have a campaign that ended on the 31st of January. New futures fee, man, I loved it. When I saw this, I was like, and there you go. Was a matter of time. Just make sure you know at least about it. So spot trading, still low. Futures, back to industry norm, pretty much, no. And then they had a campaign in January where the fees were low, but that was just a campaign for 1 month. The marketing strategy they used is very smart, though. So they said, we have the lowest fees in the industry for a very long time. Many people go to their platform, make use of the low fees, get used to the platform, then they bump up the fees. But not many people then immediately switch because they're like, yeah, well, I've been trading it for a while. I know the platform, whatever, I'm still going to use it. Now they are competing with other platforms and it's the same amount of fees. So why would I change? And you know how smart that is as a marketing strategy? Yeah. 0% taker. That's good. But it doesn't change the nice little marketing they had going on there. So I'm not too big of a fan. I prefer so my fees are low. I see. But yeah, it was an interesting. When I saw the post, I was like, yeah, there you go. Oh shit, John. Oh well. Yeah. What to say, Yeah. It's I can imagine the liquidity must be quite okay-ish, but we knew it was eventually going to happen with MEXC to go to industry norm. I don't really like the games, so for me, I mean, BingX is just the place to be personally. For myself, Boy Scouts, sanctioned countries, yes. Potvinder. Oh wait, sanctioned countries. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's quite a thing. That's getting quite a hot topic in the general industry. Like with some countries, especially America, has a bit of issues with platforms. I don't know if there's any Americans here that want to share what they trade on, but I got some questions as well, like, hey, I'm from America. What platform do you recommend? I'm like, well, I train on BingX, so I can kind of only recommend it. Even in the Netherlands, and I, preferably your non-KYC. But for America, I wouldn't really know. They're still trading FTX. Is that thing still alive? John, right? Lol. US residents use MEXC, but if it a VPN, I see. Well, then they can use anything. I mean, with a VPN, you use MEXC, but many people will then also use BingX or Bybit, BingX, Binance, WooX, FTX. Lol, like John. Yeah, imagine. They're still stuck. Reseller Guru, from where can we long Bitcoin? Theoretically, the answer on your question is every dollar on the chart. Because, sir, what you need is a plan and a strategy to enter long. So my question to you in return would be, what does your analysis say and what does your plan say? MEXC doesn't require KYC yet. Yeah, same with BingX. BingX also doesn't require KYC, so it makes it more safe for people that trade with VPNs, I suppose. little bit of bearish CVD that played out on yellow. So lower high, higher high. That has now played out. Still got a bit of bullish CVD on blue, but I shared my thoughts. Weekend range, remaining patient. Oh wait, John's link. 1 second. Click here and then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what John posted in Discord. So let's have a quick look. It wasn't a sneeze, Bab. It's my throat. Sometimes I mute the mic because of I have a little itch still. Very annoying. But zigzag in 4, 5, yes. W, X, and then eventually a wave Y. W is a zigzag. X, how? W here is a zigzag, of course. I would prefer X. No, wait, what is? I think X. Hit the 786. No, it hit the 07 for sure. Yeah. So I wouldn't be. I'm not looking for a double zigzag because wave X hit the 07, which lowers probabilities for a double zigzag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I also wonder with this wave 3, so I've been looking into that as well, but how do we count the end of this wave 3? You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, then we need a 5, but the diagonal is of course a bit awkward because 5 is longer than 3, but 3 is shorter than 1. If we put wave 3 here, then an ABC can also work, which is the bearish scenario. Not sure if you have the bearish scenario somewhere here. No, these are all bullish. So if we put a wave 3 here, then it allows an ABC as well for then more downside in an X. For then a bigger W corrective, W, X, Y triangle, and now move down in a wave Y in the bearish scenario. So we go to lower prices. Of course, the moment you take this low, if you take 42.8, probabilities increase to take 42.7, increases probabilities to take 42.5, increases probabilities. There's not too much support down here. So that's an interesting potential waterfall thing, unless we see some proof of support. We can remove that one. We spoke about that. We spoke about this as well. So second one, so that is how this impulse makes a bit. Let me put the chat on the chart as well. Oh, sounds shitty, no, folks? Famex, of course, also a big platform. What's up, by the way, Redline Venom? Could this be the final move? Wave 5 in an ending diagonal. On the macro, I'm not looking for an ending diagonal on the macro for a wave C at the moment. Macro, you're talking about weekly time frame, Gabriel, from 15.4k to the upside. That looks more impulsive in a double 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 than an ending diagonal. Got the same from my company. I got this one as a present when I gave a speaking gig for the Haagse Onderwijsacademie in The Hague. Is it work by Elliott Waves counting in line chart? You can count in line charts. That is a possibility, yes. Almost 100 likes. Oh, let's go, Mark. 91. Holy moly. No, we're almost there. I think that's new. No problem. I hope it gives some. Yes, there are ads in live streams as well as in videos. Correct. So I don't really know what the revenue is from ads. I mean, the channel is not big as well, you know. So yeah. But yes, there. I think it's. I don't even know the time period, but it's very. It's only sometimes. The frequency should be quite low, very low probably. When you're making trade, what's the risk of return? 1 to 3. Same for me. Yes. So 1, 2. So this is another. Okay, so that's a 1, 2, 1 WXY, 2 very short second 1 longer WXY in a 2. Okay, I see. Of course, that's the same WXY. I wonder if one same WXY. That's still a double zigzag here. That's the issue I have. It's the double zigzag. Yes, this is what I think I would like most. Yes, this is what I would be. So as explained, when you have the WXY here, right? Then in this, I just call it just ranging throughout the weekend. But the flat makes sense to avoid the double zigzag with wave X reaching the 0.7 from the high to the low, lowering the probabilities of a double zigzag. I would like this 3-wave structure in A. Yeah. So we have a 3-wave structure. Looking for another 3-waver. Maybe take some of these highs, move down, C, potentially take the double bottom. Look for proof of support, hitting the golden pocket here. And then move up. No, I think this also with the weekend still ongoing. This could be quite nice. Yeah, that would be my favorite out of the 4 you shared there. Yeah. Let's make it bigger. I know that it's. I also never like to put too many ads in videos. If it's a 10-minute video, it's usually, or 12. Usually it's 2, 1 at the beginning, 1 at the end. But I don't do 1 every 2 minutes or 3 minutes. You know what I mean? I want people to have a good viewing experience. Yeah. I'm more interested in providing value. High time frame, crash counts everything. Then after comes lower time frame, going more deeper crash. No, you can have ABCs on all the time frames. Yeah, you can have a very high time frame ABC, and then inside even the higher time frame ABC, because a wave A is a 5-wave impulse, which means in a wave A you have a wave 2 and a wave 4, and a wave 2 can also be a zigzag. So if you have a daily wave A, and you go to the 1-hour chart, then on the 1 hour, you could probably count a zigzag in a wave 2, for example, or a wave 4. So you can have corrective structures on all of the different time frames. That is correct, John, which is also the probability shared, yeah. And this is what's important in Elliott Waves, isn't it, John? It's finding the confluence between different counts. Even though certain counts might not fit as nicely, the probabilities do increase when different counts lead to the same type of structure or direction. It's mainly, Elliott Waves is mainly about having the right direction, being at the right side of a trade. Everybody needs to comment positive after a vid. The YouTube algo likes positive comments. Yeah, I mean, luckily in the comment section, by far most people are positive. I rarely ever see a negative comment. I think the latest one was "You're an idiot." I thought that was very constructive feedback. It really doesn't do me like anything. I just click on the name, hide user from channel, enjoy your sad life, right? So, yeah. What the hell? What do you do? But I do like constructive feedback. So, what is this, by the way? Why is this blue? Fan funding. Super chats, super stickers. Why is this blue? Let's have a look. Ah, okay. So this is how I can see what happened with regards to gifts and other stuff. Oh, I never knew. Okay, and then just live chat. There we go. Aha. Now that I see this, it also means I don't have to close and open my chats anymore. Interesting. Maybe the person was right. I know. Probably he was right. Tough life. I want to learn much advanced Elliott Waves from you. Can I have it? Yes, yeah, absolutely. Now, I always recommend to start with free sources. I have some free educational sources in the description below the videos. Just some websites. And if you want to learn more from me and like how I approach Elliott Waves and all the pools and all the Fibonacci templates and everything there, then the YouTube Gold membership is the way to go, as that is the Elliott Wave course pretty much, and we have weekly feedback and Q&A live streams. And yeah, you'll easily be doing that in a month. Up or down, tell me. It's all probabilities. But the probabilities at the moment, when we analyze, suggested to take the high first before the low here. But at the moment, as also explained, this range is a typical weekend range, right? And from an Elliott Wave point of view, we are very far away from the low. So trading-wise, from an Elliott Wave point of view, for me, it doesn't make sense to do anything here. It's too high. And it's, as the probabilities, if we do move up, probabilities for me are higher for a flat. But you can imagine if you do this, it's a 1-to-1. It's rubbish, right? I'm very comfortable, just chilling in the weekend, see what price does, and yeah, see at a later stage if anything interesting happens. But up or down, no one knows, because it's all probabilities. But the Elliott Wave probabilities, of course, I mentioned earlier. Santos Signs, welcome to Bronze Man. What's up? So now, if I do this, I see a blue dot, Fen Funding. You should be here as well. There you go. Santos, what happens if I click on your name? Report. What clicked? Okay. Report. This is definitely pornography or sexually explicit material that is happening here. Same with B channel. So I guess I'll have to click this and then click. No, okay. Thanks, Santos Science, mate. Welcome to the Bronze team. Appreciate the support for the channel. What's up? Welcome. I have to sponsor a bit at least for the alpha I get. Thanks, man. Alpha stuff. Or beta. Like Generation Alpha, that sounds pretty cool. If you're born after 2012, you belong to Generation Alpha. No, not bad. I think beta starts maybe this year or something. My grandfather used to tell me he's an idiot, a man with many ideas. In Romanian, it's a funny game of words. Yeah, and it's a family member as well, another random on the internet, so that helps. So I'll now spend time with the family and check the charts. There will be coffee and homemade cake and muffins. Very tasty. I need energy. Enjoy. Save some for me. Enjoy time with family B channel. What's the scenario? What is the scenario to fit this? 42.3. Okay, so Gabriel always likes riddles. Okay, so 42.3, 44.5, 37.6, 37.6. You can only go to 37.6 if you end a beat, well, and then go to 47.2. Yeah, you can only go to 37.6 if your first move up is a three-wave structure, else it's not possible. So if you would go down here and then would move up to 44.5, right? This here is not high enough for a wave C. If you take a trend-based fib from the low to the high here, to even this low, it's not high enough for a C. So in that case, what you are looking for should be an ABC here, which has lower probabilities, but nonetheless, in your case, you are looking for a 3-wave here, for then a wave WX, and then a Y or a WXY, and then there's no nice scenario that fits the 37.6. Going to 42.3 here first, then 44.5, to then move below the low here, right? You need a 3-wave structure. But the target here is too low. So you would need to go higher. Unless this is a wave A for a B and a very long extended C to 37, but that doesn't make sense, right? So then you would need a 1, 2, and a very long move down, but that also doesn't make sense. Wave 2, or here hit the 886, low probabilities. Yeah, so there's not really a scenario that fits nicely with the numbers there. Yeah, it's almost like Sudoku, I know. When is the next Australia Gaming Conference? We need to get you a speaking gig here. Well, usually I don't speak at gaming conferences, actually. More like business events and business conferences. So I speak about, or I include, of course, the gaming and esports industry. But I rarely talk for gaming audiences, because they already know. So usually it's business conferences. It's like, so some of the client, like, wait, I have a list. 1 second. I need to go to Word now. Okay, coming. So this is just a portion of the clients that I've spoken for. Some are global, some are not, by the way. Wait, I should actually open the English one because, yeah. 1 second here. Of course, it makes more sense to open the English instead of the Dutch version. But I'm there in no time. There we go. Is it opening on my one? Oh no, it's opening here. Okay. And then we go to audiences. So these are just a few of that I spoke for. So usually I speak for corporates, as SMEs, associations, healthcare, educational, sports, parents. But yeah, clients. Very big, some small, University of Amsterdam, but also Eiffel, Deloitte, Group M, European Lotteries, TEDx, ITU, the International Telecom Union, esports federations globally. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on here. Populous in here as well. That was fun. In London. So yeah, these are just a few. I can't always keep up with everything. Couple of universities, USG People is a big company with they offer jobs and stuff. Spoken in Malta for the government, KPN, University of Amsterdam here, YPO, Capgemini, Society, Van Egen is a food company, Nutra Ingredients. It can be anything really. So. But usually it's not, as you can see, it's usually not gaming audiences. Very rare because they kind of know. So yep. So I don't know if there's an interesting conference in Australia. Yeah, I'm definitely open to check it out. I can always ask my global agent to be like, yo, is there anything happening in Australia? Because he has the connection, so he might be able to like, get something going. And then we can have a beer in Australia. I mean, I don't really drink beer. Like, I'll have a cider or something. I do like a cocktail if they're sweet. and you can go down on the beers. Coinbase chart with Scanwick could hit 37k though. Yeah. Same with Bybit as well. Oh. And Binance, yeah. Sometimes, man, these charts, all of them. Hey, everyone, it is a bit like it is time for me to move on and do some other stuff today still. As mentioned at the beginning, I got quite a busy schedule and got to talk wedding stuff with my fiance, which is important. So because only in 1 month time pretty much and 5 days I have the ceremony. So yeah, the analysis of course at the beginning at minute 15. What I'll do immediately when the stream stops is that I will put the timestamp at 15 minutes. So so that you know when the analysis begins, and I'll also put a timestamp where the chatting begins, which is the end of the analysis. Important to woo. Good question, actually. I don't know what I do it for, but I'm doing it anyway. Are we invited through the live stream? Yeah, I don't know. Am I gonna live stream a wedding? No. That is, of course, but that I will. So on my Instagram, of course, I'll share stuff of everything that's happening there, and which is in the description, or it should be in the description. So yeah, of course, I will share some stuff in the stories, but I won't put a laptop open with a live stream. I don't think so. Yeah, it would be something. Okay, cool. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and I will catch you during the next live stream. So yeah, cheers.